Here we have the limit as alpha approaches pi over 4 for 1 minus tangent alpha over sine alpha minus cosine alpha. In the current state, I could not plug in pi over 4 into the expression, as that would produce a 0 over 0, an indeterminate. And so the first thing I'm going to do is change all the trig functions into similar values. What I mean by that is this tangent could be turned into a sine over cosine. Let's see where that takes me. The limit as alpha approaches pi over 4 for 1 minus sine alpha over cosine alpha over sine alpha minus cosine alpha. I recognize that this leading number 1 could be turned into anything. So what I'm going to do is turn it into a common denominator, go cosine over cosine. By doing that, I can produce a statement that says the limit as alpha approaches pi over 4 cosine alpha minus sine alpha all over cosine alpha. Now again, when you look at this, all I did was change this 1 into cosine over cosine. That produces one fraction for the numerator, and that looks like cosine alpha minus sine alpha over cosine alpha. Now with the denominator, the original denominator, I'm just going to write this off to the side as times 1 over sine alpha minus cosine alpha. Now as I look at this numerator versus this denominator, I see I have the right terms but the wrong sign, which says that I can cancel this provided I pull out a negative 1. So if I make this negative 1 here, I could change this to a negative cosine and this a positive sine. Now this numerator matches that denominator. It would allow me to cancel those, and I end up with this new line that says the limit as alpha approaches pi over 4 for negative 1 over cosine alpha. At this point, there's nothing preventing me from plugging the pi over 4 in here, and so as I go within the limit, I could write this as negative 1 over, now I know that cosine of pi over 4 is rad 2 over 2, which could be written as negative 1 times the reciprocal of this denominator, 2 over rad 2. And then I could write this as negative 2 over rad 2. As I rationalize, I can multiply top and bottom by radical 2. And that produces negative 2 rad 2 over 2. Cancel those 2's out. Final answer is a simple negative radical 2.